Well, welcome back to Remax TV. We just videoed an episode, and guess who should walk into the studio but one of my old mates, and he just happens to be a bloke also that we sold a house for a couple of years ago, and I thought I'd do a little bit of entrapment and throw him in the chair and just have a chat with him about real estate. But as it so happens, Peter Morley, how are you, mate?
Great to be here, Geoff.
Good to see you. Thanks for volunteering.
I'm over the
Hey,
moon.
Peter, as I said, has been a client, but he's also a good mate, and he also happens to be the premier horse syndication man in Western Australia.
You're too kind.
Bellis Racing Stables, if you want to buy a share in a racehorse, he's your man. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Let's have a bit of fun and just chat about real estate and horse syndication.
Well, let's talk about real estate first.
Okay.
You're the man.
Well, I've got to put him on the spot. Here's a bloke who goes to the doctor and tells the doctor how to fix him.
Yeah.
Is that a bit rough, mate?
Yeah, I made a mistake, and it's probably something we should chat about. You know, because people can learn from this experience. Because you came in and I wanted, and I'm sure the figure's right here, 1.3 to 1.4 million.
That's right.
I told you what my house was worth. You said, Pete, it's 1.1, and I, of course, immediately thought you were trying to just get it sold. I said, no, Geoff, it's 1.3 to 1.4, mate. 1.1. You did all your research. I will hand it to you. You did all your research. You came back, did the figures. Anyway, we listed a little bit higher. The first offer came in at 1.1.
Wow.
You were spot on, which in all my wisdom I rejected. Why didn't I just listen?
It happens, mate, it happens.
I just rejected it. Anyway, I still wanted more.
The beautiful thing about it was he was a mate of mine, so I could call him an idiot, so I did.
Which you did, you did. And to cut a long story short, we sold it for 1.01. It cost me $90,000, not listening to you. And, you know, I could really do with that $90,000 right now. But it's a bit like, you know, when you go into surgery, you don't tell your surgeon what to do. You just let them do it. And when people come to me and they start telling us how to train horses and what races we should put them in and all that, that really, you know, I appreciate their opinion, but really it gets up my nose.
I'll have to remember that.
And now I know how you probably felt. Anyway, it cost me $90,000, and
it hasn't stopped me from telling him what horses to put. What races to put our horses?
No, of course not. But I did learn a valuable lesson, you know, that day, and Karen's still reminding me about it.
You know, the thing
90,000. Anyway.
But look, that's real estate, and look, you're not the only person that's probably made that mistake, including myself. We all tend to think that our own house is worth more than most other people think it's worth, and unfortunately we're not the ones buying it, it's the public, and they're the ones writing the cheque, and you know, all you can really do is expose it the best way you can and hope that somebody comes along and pays a premium price. However, I will say that the right agent, the investment in the right agent will certainly optimise your chance of getting the price up.
Absolutely, Geoff. Horses for courses again, and you know, I'm not just barking up your tree here because I'm on your TV show, but we did go with a previous agent, you know, more of a local person. That was just a disaster. You know, if I'd have gone to you first, it would have all been done. It was a better time as well to sell. So many months. 6 months is a long time in real estate. It can be, can't it? You know. Anyway, costly exercise, but you do live and learn, folks.
Now, you know, when it comes to weaknesses, one of my weaknesses is racehorses. Not so much betting on racehorses, although I would say that I'm not a super champion at that. I had the odd bet and they don't always come off, but thankfully not big ones. But invested a few dollars into horse syndication, buying little pieces of racehorses, and that's what Pete specialises in. So Pete, in a nutshell, how would you describe what you do in regards to getting people into horses?
I guess it's a bit like a property syndicate. You know, lots of people, you might not be able to afford that one big property, but a few people club together and buy that property. That's what we do with horses. And we've been doing it for 16 years now, and it really does give people the opportunity to buy into a horse which they normally couldn't afford. So here's a $50,000 yearling colt. Well, they can't afford the 50, but they might be able to afford 5 or 6. So they simply buy a share like that. You know, you've got more shares than anybody. You're my #1 client. Have you told the wife?
And he knows now.
Cat, do you know? So, and it just makes it so convenient, but so affordable.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? You know, like rather than having the one horse, if you can afford to have one horse, you could have a share in, you know, five or six, and much better chance of enjoying a win.
All numbers, absolutely. And we do. Over the years, I've found that the clients that seem to be the most successful in our business, and those that seem to be always at the races and winning the most races, are the ones that have multiple shares in horses. You know, 5% here, 10% there. You know, it doesn't actually work out to be a lot of money, but it can be a lot of fun. And as I say, if you get the right horse, it can be the best times of your life.
And you meet some terrific people along the way, which is also a part of the fun, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, we've been going for 15, 16 years, and I know clients of ours that have got together and done business together.
But we've done that.
Absolutely. You know, they've gone on holidays together, lifelong friendships. We haven't had any marriages yet. We're still looking for... Yeah, I'm sure we're still looking for the first one. But we've got some, you know, great clients. We've got 200 odd clients, some of them very odd, but we've got 200 clients now, and they're, you know, great bunch of people, and that's one of the things that keeps us going in this business. The people that you meet, it's just like life in general, though, isn't it? Don't you find that in real estate? The people that you work with and the people that you sell for. You must have had people that you've sold houses for, and you're still friends with them years and years down the line. Yeah, and it's the same with us with horses, you know.
And they tend to be repeat clients as well, you know. So
for sure.
People say you can't mix business with pleasure, but I find if business leads and you've had a good business relationship and then get to know the person, then it's certainly not the case. You can have some long-lasting friendships
you can mix business with pleasure for sure. And fortunately, well, you and I are both in that industry, in an industry where we can do that. Great fun, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot of fun, and you know, when you work hard, as we do in real estate, it's nice to have that outlet. And there's many an occasion when Pete rings up and says, "Look, we've got a horse at track work. Would you like to come down in the morning?" And that experience of going to the track at 5 o'clock in the morning, although I admit I don't do it that often.
He's a summer man.
I've been down there.
He's a fair weather owner.
Thank you. It's amazing. It's another world to turn up the racetrack at 5 o'clock in the morning when everyone's tucked away in bed, and to see those beautiful animals in training, and the jockeys and the stable hands and the trainers. It's just tell us a little bit about that.
One of the best images that always gets to me is when we're at the track early in the morning and on a cold morning, and the horse has worked and it's hot, and it comes back off the track, and the steam coming off it. It's just one of those images, and I just look and I just savour every moment. You know, love being at the track in the morning. Summer's more my time, however. I will have but it's going to the track, being involved. We don't get a lot of owners down to the track in the morning for obvious reasons. You know, work commitments, and it is, you know, real early. But for me, you know, that's one of the things I live for. I just love being there, love being around horses in particular. And in my game, I think that's what you've got to do. You'll love two things: horses and people. Unfortunately, that's me. So really, you know, I don't think got a job. It's not a job. It's like play. I get up in the morning and go to play rather than going to work.
Look, you know, and from my point of view, the reason I stay involved with racehorses is this bloke here. You know, you could be involved with a company that syndicates racehorses and not have that relationship and that friendship. And what Peter brings to the table is that you go there to see your horses, but most of all you go there to spend a little bit of time with your mate. And he makes it so much fun. You know, he runs his functions at the race course. His beautiful wife Karen is there to gee him up and to gee us all up and to keep him in check, because he does tend to get a little bit lucid with his joke telling. Pete being a rampant joke teller.
Well, it's all about having fun, isn't it? And when we fill those restaurants with people, you know, and you just get on there with the microphone, because don't forget, I know most of them, and I can actually get away with quite a bit.
Yeah, but not on this TV, you can't.
No, we'll keep it clean.
But look, you know, Pete, thanks for joining us today. It was off the cuff, mate. I just grabbed you out of the audience. An audience of one, would you believe? He walked around the corner and
should have told me. I would have dressed up, put a tie on.
No, you're a horseman, mate. You don't wear ties.
Okay, no, it's great. It's great being here. Look, great to be on Remax TV.
Beautiful. Thanks for sharing some time with us. And Remax TV, you can expect anything. So thanks for coming to another episode.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, mate.